Hello everyone, this is Keys. Welcome back to another episode of Hearts of Iron 3 with the BlackICE mod. We are playing currently as Hungary. The year is June 1945. And something interesting happened. Well, a couple things interesting happened. I'm noticing. Well, there was a slight rebellion here in Romania, and unfortunately, the Soviets managed to grab some of the land. Uh, I did do a slight reset on the or a restart on an older save, and I essentially what it was in the last video you might have seen that the Soviets had land all the way out to like Brasov. It was just garbage. So what I did was I started the save file a couple months earlier and managed to slow the process down quite a bit, but they still managed to get some land from Romania. Um, Pain in the ass altogether. However, something else is happening that I want to talk about. Currently, if you look, the Soviets are encroaching on the Allies, or sorry, the Axis position on several fronts. Um, they are approaching from the south, taking out Serbia and Croatia, which is interesting, but they're also pushing back the Germans. So that can only mean one thing. The Germans and the Italians and all these others are running out of manpower. They're running out of manpower, they're running out of troops, and the Soviets are starting to crush them. Well, being a guy who likes to capitalize on the misfortunes of other great nations and things of that nature, I might take advantage of this. I might just grab as much as I can as the beast is dying. The proverbial beast. So, let me see here. Right, we have auxiliary vessels just been made. Let's try and get these auxiliary vessels right here in Dubai. What I want to do, I just grabbed some from my my fleet, or from my merchant fleet, or whatever. Fishing vessels, essentially, is what they are. So let's see how much we can actually fit on this boat. Probably won't be a whole lot. Uh, duh, duh, duh. 3. Okay. And let's see what it takes to rebase. Okay, he is going to go through the Suez. That's great. I thought if he was going to go all the way down around the Cape, I might actually just move my troops in a normal fashion, but since they're going around the Suez, that's a different story. Now, like I was mentioning, the Axis are in a very interesting position. They're falling back, and not just a little bit. They're falling back quite a bit, and on multiple fronts. You know, here we go. We got Soviets that just landed in Italy as well. Like, this is significant. There's Soviet advances going on fronts all over the place. Therefore, I kind of want to capitalize on this momentum that the Soviets are doing, giving me the ability to perhaps make a quick land grab of various places. Places like Serbia, as an example, only has a single cap or victory point here, but if I can rush it in a very fast manner, I might be able to grab Beograd and Croatia and those and like Slovakia. Slovakia will actually be very easy. You just need to take two, or is it two? One, and I could have Slovakia, right, as an example. It spreads the German line out. Yeah, it will be very, very bad for the Germans if I do it that way. However, I could possibly take some serious land in the process before the Soviets grab all the land, right? To do this, however, I do have to move lots of troops. What's this? Right. It's my military police regiment. I slightly upgraded. I made it into a light infantry / military police unit just because this guy needs to go elsewhere. That guy needs to go there. That's where he needs to go. That guy needs to go there. Commando, you need to come up here. Now we don't have many units per se, but I think we have enough to be able to blitz into. Blitz into perhaps the areas out here. The Soviets are just rushing. Massive expansion and land grabs over there. Sure, let's create a commando unit. Why not? The only thing I want to make sure is that the Soviets, this doesn't turn around and allow the Soviets to take our land. So I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm going to allow the Soviets to kind of push themselves forwards a tad. But at the same time, I have to be very precise. I have to be very what's the proper word I'm looking for? I have to make sure I play my cards right. If I prematurely declare war, I'm going to be having German troops swarm into the country in various different places. And if I don't have proper coverage by my troops, it's possible that Soviet forces can come in and capitalize on that and take it. So what would happen is the only way I'd be able to legitimately suppress the the only way I'd be able to get that land back from the Soviets is to actually declare war on the Soviets. And that's the problem. That's not what I want. So I have to make sure that in this invasion that I will be attacking, that I'll be moving lines forward, not allowing it to be pushed back. So I have to make sure I got coverage across all the lines. Okay, auxiliary vessels got there. So let's bring them back. We're going to grab more units out here. So I'm just spreading my units out along this front here just to see kind of how much I can actually cover with my troops. It's not looking to be a whole lot at all. Now I do have troops that I need to pick up still from out here. However, it's still, regardless, it's not a whole lot. So it begs the question if this is a viable option given our current circumstances. Given the fact that we have low manpower, we can't really, well, not low manpower, given the fact that we have no manpower, we can't build new troops to supplement. But this does give me the ability to upgrade my units. Let's see, motorized recon, infantry semi-motorized. Let's change that to mechanized. Yes. We have the oil. We can afford mechanized infantry, that's for sure. Motorized, let's change that to mechanized as well. And that, we might upgrade our light armor into actual armor. Oh, you need to go there. This is actually giving us manpower by upgrading these troops, which is interesting, terrifying at the same time. Excuse me. Well, what happens is it's kicking these units back into the pool. And then I guess when they're done upgrading, then I have to replenish the units. Possibly. It's my guess. I don't know. They're not done for like 3 months anyhow. This guy's almost there. Okay, that does surround this. Let's move that guy there. Let's move that guy there. There we go. That's done. Let's upgrade into the veteran HQs as well. Okay. Those guys can all be packed up. Let's send them back home. Ish. I gotta remember to also pick up some of these troops as well. It looks like Italy is kind of slowed down. It hasn't been stopped. The Soviet invasion of Italy. Croatia, you're not at war with the Soviets, and it doesn't look like you are either. That's very interesting. So the Soviets are only at war with Italy and Germany. So Croatia and Serbia are not part of this, which is fun for me. Slovakia, however, is. Okay. Let's put you there. You there. And you there. Like so. So it's going to be a thin line. And that's the problem here. And in some of these areas, there is no line. However, the idea, especially with like Serbia here, is we want to blitz. We want to blitz in there and just grab Beograd. Is it possible? Will we be able to do it? I don't know. Let's take a look at the intelligence reports. So we want Croatia. Intelligence done on them. We need military espionage of Croatia. Let's take out Serbia as well. If I can find them, Serbia. Just don't need that on Saudi Arabia anymore. Or Oman, because they're our puppet. Serbia we do. or Yemen, because they're our puppet as well. And a very good puppet they are. Good job. New monument. New refinery. Good. Good, good, good. So I think we have, once we move the rest of these troops up, these units, we might be okay, especially with how quickly the Russian or Soviet army is advancing. Um, However, they are getting, it looks like a slight push back in Italy. Slight. I don't know. Oh, here we go. I didn't see this here. We have, what do we want? We want the Ministry of War, I think. Let's take a look. Ugh. Oh, right. What was I doing? That's not what I wanted. This is what I want. Ministry of Pure War Ministry. Organization bonus and reinforcement bonuses. Hell yes. That's what we want. Build that. I'll take 2. Thank you. No, it looks like the Soviets are kind of gaining ground in Italy as well. Doesn't surprise me, Italians are bad. Ten guard units right there. God damn it. Okay. There's a lot of mountains. I'm trying to think on how the best way to actually do this is probably straight through here is how we would do it. So we go, yeah. Let's move those units right there. This bad boy can go back and pick up some more troops. Stop right there. Excuse me. The problem with Romanian uprisings on the Soviet border is that shit like this can happen. And that's not what we want. Not at all. that guy and that guy. The reason why I do that is so that the units are faster. That's the one thing about garrisons, is they're so slow. Stupidly slow. Right here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting manpower back, it looks like. That makes me happy. Makes me very happy. Not bad, you might say. Not bad. And you're right. Pretty damn good. I got infrastructure going all the way around. Key places where it's needed. Okay, now look at this. This makes me very glad I didn't jump the gun too prematurely. The Soviet invasions are being pushed back in Italy. It looks like the Italian troops are finally getting on board, and things are getting pushed back. Now, that being said, it doesn't mean that this is good state for Germany. Obviously, Germany has been losing a lot of manpower because of this. However, what this means is, if I jumped on board that quickly to that war and try to take advantage of the whole situation, it could have possibly turned around and bit me straight in the asshole. And I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't. I wasn't ready, and I could have done that very prematurely and very rashly. It looks like, yeah, Italy's going to take this area back. Operation Marg... Oh, I want to read this. Operation Margaret was the occupation of Hungary by German forces in March 1944. The Hungarian government was an ally of Nazi Germany, but had been discussing an armistice with the Allies. German dictator Adolf Hitler found out these discussions and, feeling betrayed by the Hungarians, ordered German forces to implement Operation something something, which I can't read because this shit's in the way, to capture critical Hungarian facilities. Excuse me. Hungary's leader, Admiral Miklos Horthy, was invited by Hitler to the palace of Klesheim outside of Salzburg, Austria. While they conducted negotiations, Hungary was quickly overrun by German forces. quietly overrun by German forces. The occupation was a complete surprise and resulted in it being quick and bloodless, which is, you know, say what you want about the Nazis, but if they can do things quick and bloodless, it's better for everybody. Um, Not because they're Nazis, but because it's just a good way of warfare. According to some German memoirs, that the invading Germans were greeted with flowers. In 1944, they were greeted with flowers, which is interesting because a year later they were collapsed completely. Actually, going to move that unit there. I'm going to move that one there. Oh, they made it. Going to move there. Now we're going to hop across. Pick up more, possibly. Okay, good. And then we're going to rebase there and possibly pick up more. Hopefully. Doesn't look like it will, though. Motorized support units. Okay. Excuse me. So what this shows you is that if Italy gets his ass in gear, might be able to save this. I think what happened was this Soviet offensive did really well because they were distracted by Greece and here. Now the Germans don't really have to worry about that because they're not war on those fronts, so they can refocus on this front. Now, that being said, I'm not saying that Germany isn't in a good spot. They're actually really not in a good spot at all, and I have a feeling that their manpower might be paying the price. I'm interested to see what Germany... Oh, they still have manpower. Not much, though. 137 manpower. But they have a lot of shit being built. Regardless, I bet you the Soviets have a stupid amount of manpower. And that's the kicker, right? Let's do this. Oh, wow, Soviets have not much manpower either. So I think this is going to be a battle of manpower then. Whoever is going to run out of manpower first. Which will be interesting. Okay. That's too bad, it can't fit everybody. It's okay, flotilla. We need to make landing craft. We need to make 20 landing craft. That's what we need. Excuse me. And I would love to be able to swap these guys out for these actual military units out for um, stuff. Stuff units. Fuck. Oh. Oh, well, the Republic of China has nothing. Wait a second. What the hell happened? Oh. Well, shit. All right. What this is a very interesting development just occurred. Operation Panzerfaust, known as Unternehmen Eisenfaust in Germany, was a military operations to occupy the Kingdom of Hungary conducted in October 1944 by the Wehrmacht. When Adolf Hitler received word that Hungary's regent, blah 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 blah, was secretly negotiating his country's surrender to the advancing Red Army, he sent commando leader Waffen SS Lieutenant Colonel Otto something to Hungary. The parliament then voted, blah 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 blah. Anyways, I just joined the essentially what happened was I just joined the and okay, good. I just joined the Axis, which I thought was going to put me at war with the Soviets. However, it doesn't look to be the case yet. Somehow I'm now mobilized in peacetime. I got a truce with the Allies somehow. And being a puppet of the Axis, I can no longer declare war. God damn it. Straight to hell. Well, obviously there's a few things we have to do now. But Adolf Hitler is a bad man. A bad man. If you didn't know that, now you know. He's a bad man. Fuck. I'm a little pissy now. Just a little bit pissy. Because I just got forced into a alliance with Germany. Regardless, I'm going to end the war here. Or, fuck, I'm going to end the recording here. On this bombshell. I don't know if you'll get that reference, but on this bombshell, it's time to end. So I'm going to go like that. Go like that. And like that. Then we don't even have a chief of the Navy. Thanks. All right. So us no longer being at war creates interesting things. Anyway, we'll talk about this in the next video. But thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time. And until then, Keeves out.